Check. Is the game at 6:40 or 6:45? Am I an idiot? I think I'm an idiot. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Red Sea live stream. My name is Corbin. Thank you very much for clicking on this video, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got? We got Christian, we got Ricky, we got Bobby, we got E, we got Spencer, we got Mike. How's everyone doing this afternoon? I know I kind of hopped on and then just sort of went live, and that is my fault. I thought the game was at 6:40, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my god, we gotta get on. Like I gotta get on super fast. Now, of course, my internet's doing this thing. Whoa, what happened to my camera here, chat? My god. Now it's doing that thing. My internet's been terrible this week. I gotta reset my router, so someone remind me to do that at some point. All right, let's see. You know what, E? I don't disagree with you, to be honest with you. I don't disagree. Yeah, I mean, we made the video, right? I said it. I think you're at this point now where the Red Sox, they don't have time to wait guys out, right? You can't sit here and hope that this guy gets hot or hope that guy gets hot. You just simply got to play your hot players. That's all you got to do, right? Seems like Abreu may not be back till next series. We'll see. You know, that's another thing where it's like, if this was June, it'd be like, okay, yeah, no problem, right? Make sure he's rested up, make sure he's good to go. There are 12 games left, Willier. Like, and I get it. You're hoping you want him fully healthy for the playoffs. No one's going to be fully healthy for the playoffs, right? These guys are not fully healthy. If he's just sore and he can play through soreness, put him out there. That's just my opinion, though. And again, you know, it's just everything's different right now, right? These games are so different right now. Yeah. Throw him at perfect. Throw him at DH for a couple of games. You know what I mean? Like, are we gonna miss Massa? I don't think so. Sorry, Red Sox. Right? We're probably not gonna miss Massa all that much. Oh, my internet's bad right now, chat. I wonder if I get. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Hello? Testing. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with this internet, dude. It's killing me. I don't know what's happening. In and out? Yeah, I know, dude. It's the internet. I don't know what's going on. We're going to have to do this thing where I disconnect everything from the internet, I think. PlayStation included. 1 second. Internet off. See you. I'm trying to disconnect from everything, chat. All right, that's fully off. We'll see if that's a little bit more helpful. I think it will be. Yeah, look, immediately. We're good to go. There's too many devices, I think, on the internet right now. I gotta figure that out. My Wi-Fi should be able to handle it. I have like the premium Verizon Fios, whatever, but apparently it can't. So that's interesting. All right, this is anyways, chat. Now that we've got the internet figured out a bit, this would be an interesting game. I'm curious to see how. What's up, content? I'm curious to see how Connelly does, right? If you remember, I talked about this in my member only sort of preview for this game. I said this could go one of two ways, right? I think Connelly's got to have some sort of level of confidence here, right? Connelly also probably a little bit comfortable, you know. But the other way is right now, you know, the A's. I get it; they're not very good. Right, but at the same time, they're still a major league team, and they've still seen, and they still have seen Connelly early once now. It's the only team in Major League Baseball who has a legitimate book on them. So it'll be interesting to see, and you know, maybe it's a Tolly type thing, maybe it's a, you know, I don't know, but you know, the only way we're gonna figure that out is by watching the game. It's going to be interesting to see how they do down the stretch with Connelly. Like I think right now, each of these young guys, Harrison, Tolley, Connelly, they're all going to be pitching for their next start, right? The Red Sox can't really afford to sit here and be like, yeah, we're gonna work this guy out, right? And that's what we saw with Tolley, right? They sat there and they were like, we love the talent, but we can't really afford to sit here and wait for this guy to figure himself out. Damn, my mustache really separated right now. Damn, off the glove. This is what I'm talking about, right? Hard contact right off the bat. Maybe I'm going to brush my mustache, chat. You guys aren't allowed to laugh at me. I thought Bregman had that for a second. Right off his glove, huh? All right, Early. Come on, baby. Red Sox fans appear to be excited about Connelly Early. Don't start that, dude. It took Bale, what, 3 years? We can't afford 3 years of waiting for Connelly Early. And he doesn't need to be dominant, but give me 5 innings, 3-run ball, you know? It doesn't need to be 5 innings with 11 strikeouts, but give me, 5 innings of 3-run baseball. And we'll see where you go from there. The interesting part is going to be how they use the bullpen in this stretch. Because obviously you got Gio, Bayo, probably Crochet going after this, right? So you can utilize your bullpen quite a bit, but I'm not talking about the offense. I'm talking about the offense scoring 4 runs over 9 innings. Against the lefty, I do actually a little bit more trust the offense to score 4 runs. I didn't see your comment, Mike. All right, put him away here, Connelly. Come on. What's Jacob Wilson doing with his feet? I don't know. Probably the same thing he's been doing, I'd imagine. Dude, can you guys see the steam coming off of this? I always make this way too hot. That ball was covered by Sedan. Sedan getting aggressive too. Let's go. Yeah, Jacob Wilson got back. Didn't Jason Wilson get back during this series or this last series they played? I don't know. He might have been back in the last game against the. I love that Sedan threw that ball to first base like he was a second baseman. Like he was like, yeah, I'm gonna cross the body, toss it over there. We'll see what happens. Nick Kurtz is the guy that I am scared of, for sure. What up, Dinah? Dude, his grand slam on Sunday went 493 feet. That's crazy. He pitched against the A's, so this is his second time seeing him, Joe. Whew, that was a good slider. Just missed. All right, sounds good, Peter. They are going to pan to Roman Anthony every single game, aren't they? What up, 643? Yeah, Alex. The A's lineup can bang, and it's gonna bang for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna give. I'll give Williard if he's not back by Thursday, I'm gonna be a little miffed. I think if it's just soreness, like if there's legitimate something going on, then fine, right? But if it's just soreness, dude, you got to get out there. Freezing Nick in the first inning, very nice. Woo woo. First K at home for Mr. Connelly Early. You think they keep that ball? First Fenway strikeout? Probably not, right? Chad, I'm going to my last Red Sox game of the year, I think, tomorrow. That's why we're streaming tonight. But I think my last one is going to end up being tomorrow, which sucks. But if they make the playoffs, we're going to be live basically every single day, which will be sweet. Every single night we'll be doing playoff baseball. What I say the A's. So I actually talked about this earlier, Easton. It could go both ways, right? It could go either the Red Sox or either Connelly Early's comfortable, confident, and it helps him perform better, or the A's have the book on him, right? It could legitimately be either one of those. Magic number is 9. Yeah, probably. But the problem is the Magic, like, they're not going to go, like, if they go 9-4 over this stretch, it'll be insane. I think legitimately the worst they can do in this 12-game stretch, in my opinion, and still have I guess it depends, right? It'd probably be 5-7 would be my guess. Would be what you would need, like the worst you could do to get in. No, I don't get Fenway tickets for free, man. If I wish, that'd be sweet. Right, because 5-7 is 2 worse games than you are now, so it would force the Rangers to be 3 games over 500 or 4 games over 500. Or no, I'm right? 3 games over 500. So that would sort of be. So what I kind of did I mention this in my video today? I think I did, right? So you're 3.5 up of both the Cleveland Guardians and the Texas Rangers. To me, the only team I'm caring about right now in terms of, I said this in my video today. We've gone from, could they win a division to they got to fight for the top wild card spot. I'm at the point now where it's legitimately like, okay, just get in, right? Just get in and we'll figure it out from there, right? So the only thing I care about when it comes to paying attention in terms of a postseason spot is paying attention to the Rangers, right? Because if you tied the Astros, you've won that season series. If you've tied the Yankees, you've won that season series. If you tie the Guardians, you've won that season series. If you tie the Rangers, they've won that season series, and you lose. So to me, it's don't lose your spot to the Texas Rangers. Do I get any swag? No, dude. I get literally, guys. I've said this before. I'll say it again. People be like, oh, you're a journalist. You got to act like a journalist. I am simply a fan, right? I don't get any special treatment at Fenway. I don't get any free anything at Fenway. I don't get any merch or anything for free. I get nothing. Man, warning track fly out for Romy. That ball was crushed. Okay, come on, boys. I agree, but there's a world where our series with Toronto has division championship implications. It could very well, yeah. But again, that's not what I'm focused on right now, right? The only thing I care about is getting in. Because I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. Even if you're the final wild card spot, you gotta like their chances a little bit with Crochet, Bayo, Giolito in your 3-game set. You have to, right? Whether you're home or away, you've got to. Mike, I don't know that there is one, brother. I'm trying, Joe. I know. How long does it take for me to edit my videos? It depends on what kind of video it is. News videos, to be totally honest with you, I try to get them out as soon as possible, right? So there's minimal editing involved. It's just sort of cleaning up the schedule, making sure there aren't a ton of uhs or buts, or I've been trying to cut out rights and simply because people have called me out on that. And then just sort of pictures. But like for today's video where it's like a, where it was more like thought out and there was research involved and stuff like that. I don't know, three-ish hours. I appreciate that, Clutch. Thank you. What up, Peterson? In a 3-game series, I'd take our staff over most. That's kind of what I was saying, right? And I think that's sort of the mentality right now with just Red Sox Nation in general. Get in and see what happens. This is going to hurt really bad to drink, but I'm super thirsty. Story swinging at air right now, dude. First wild card is the dream. Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. I honestly would low key. So all right, let me think if I got this straight. If the Red Sox come in second in the wild card, right? They go to New York, they play the Yankees. If they come in third in the wild card, they would go to Seattle or Houston, right? And play Seattle or Houston, right? Let me ask you guys this. Would you rather go into the Bronx to face the Yankees or go to Seattle or Houston to face the Astros/Mariners? That baby Story back up the middle. Here we go. A little bit of 2-hour rally. The Bronx. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Dinah, I think it's not so much, oh my God, if this I think what he's saying is there's no longer, in my opinion, and I think Nick was trying to say here too, is there's not too much aspirations for a division, right? So instead of focusing on the division, your dream or best case scenario would be the first wild card spot. What's the missing piece in my opinion? The missing piece to me is probably, I mean, it's clearly a power bat. There's Trevor Story, undefeated, baby. What's that, 27? 29? Houston with Alvarez. So a lot of Houstons, huh? I need playoff Fenway. I agree, but I'm saying, like, if you had to pick. Offense, yeah. So anyways, content. The answer to the question is some kind of power bat. Any sort of power bat, to be honest with you. Matt, where are you, dude? 29? That's crazy. Dugout box 34, row 1. All right, so you're directly behind the dugout. We're going to have to look for him, chat. Yes, the Story is kind of having a dream season. You're right. So a lot of people saying Houston, which is interesting to me because Houston, in my opinion, like, I don't know, man. I don't love going to Houston in October. They just have this innate ability to just turn it on when they need to. You know, like they scare me a little bit. Dude, I think my answer is going to the Bronx, man. I really do think my answer is going to the Bronx. Like as much as I sit there and like it's like Seattle, we played them well, right? I think aren't you dead tied with Seattle on the season, right? Like that would probably be a pretty good series, but they're hot, dude. They've won 9 games in a row. If they stay this hot coming into, I mean, they're obviously not going to win, you know, what would that be? 21 games in a row or whatever. But like if they come in and they're 12-3 in their last few games, like it's like, ooh, you know what I mean? Narvaez, this would be a huge moment, dude. Yeah, Seattle's cooking. They scare me. What up, Moose? Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I thought that baseball got crushed. In a wild card, I think the Yankees would least like to face the Sox. Yeah, 100%. Especially with Crochet, Bayo, and Giolito, they pitched well against them this year. Outside of, I mean, this last series was just I don't know, dude. This last series was brutal. They don't feel like a team. I mean, they're playing well. And Valdez pitched pretty well. Pitched pretty well his last time out, didn't he? Narvaez, dude. Ugh. Brutal. Brutal. Gotta score. I think you gotta score first tonight. I think you do. $2. I just almost died. I just almost died. Anyways. Alex with a $1.99 super chat. We get some likes on that message. Please, thank you so much for your generosity, Alex. We appreciate you. He says, any plans on a 9-9-9 challenge? How about this? You guys get me to full-time on this channel, I'll do a 9-9-9 challenge. I have two things I'm going to do. I'm going to get a tattoo when we go full-time, if we ever go full-time, and I'm going to do the 9-9-9 challenge. Catcher situation, dude. Narvaez has been hitting fairly well lately. I'm not too worried about the catching situation anymore. Like that play was not very good, but he's been pretty solid recently. Got to score first tonight, I think. Maybe I should switch the hats. Would the tan look better on the gray or the red? I think it looks better on the red. Yeah, I think it looks better on the red. Just a game. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen from time to time. He's going to strike out in situations, but to be pass balls, I'll agree with that. There have been a lot more pass balls than normal, but I'm not like crazy worried about this catching situation. There's only been 2 in the second half. Catching interferences. See, my problem with the 9-9-9 challenge would 1,000% be the hot dogs for sure. It wouldn't even be close, dude. Like for the beer, I could get like, the lightest beer I possibly can think of. But for the hot dogs, there's not much you can do. Or just bun and dog, Yeah, we did eat, but I'm saying you're acting like there's one every game. There's not one every game. It's been two in the second half. It's a beer of choice for a 9.99. It'd have to be something like a Michelob Ultra or something. Like something like that. I couldn't sit here and down like Hell's Lagers or like IPAs or whatever. Yeah, true. Just gotta be the glizzy gobbler over here. How good would the Sox rotation? We have top notch. Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be one of the better rotations, if not the best rotation, Major League Baseball. Right? If they had first half Tanner Houck on this team, and even if yeah, they kind of do, Clip. Even if what was I saying? Oh, even if you had Cutter Crawford healthy this year, I think your season goes a little bit differently. I mean, if you've Cutter Crawford instead of Bueller or May or whoever, right? I think you're looking at this season a little bit differently. And maybe Cutter's not that much better, but if he's just a solid number 5 for you, you know what I mean? Like he's got let's say he's got like a 4.2, 4.3. Like it wouldn't be incredible, but like Bueller and May had north of 5. Yeah, Crochet's definitely been giving up a bit more of the home run ball lately. But I mean, I think he was just sort of pitching a little bit loosely last game because he had such a big lead. We'll see. You know, like he came out and dominated the A's, and that was a pretty close game. Oh, he got him. Huge. That a baby. Whoa. Chad, I don't know what's going on today. That a baby Conley. Yes, E. You're correct. They do. They have too many. I've already said that, E. Yes. Bueller and May were pitching like they were trying to get revenge on the Sox. Yeah, true. Dude, Conley early just has this poise about him. You know what I mean? Like he's just got this. I don't know what to call it. It's not like a star power thing. I'm not looking at this guy being like, this is gonna be the next Cy Young winner. It's just one of these things where it's like, I don't know. Cooper Criswell isn't starting because he's hurt, Dennis. He should be getting into games at the end of this week. Thin boy aura. I don't know what it is. Confidence. Yeah, maybe it's a confidence thing. I don't know if it's confidence. Like it's just like a stoic way about him. You know? Lester like? Yeah, maybe it is a little bit of Lester like. Mark Langston. I know the name. I couldn't if you showed me a picture of Mark Langston, I'd be like, nah, I don't know who that guy is. But if you told me like a game he did, I guess it depends on when he played. Ceiling's limited, but also high floor. Yeah, I think that's fair. I was at my card shop. My buddy and I were ripping some packs. I pulled Paul Skeens. That's crazy. The last sale of a Conley early out of 25 was $1,400. Yeah, totally. I think a lot of people are going to be nervous about, but I don't know. Never thought the Sox would be a bunch of young studs. I'll be honest. Coming into the season, you know, it's funny. You look at it, and it's like you were looking at the rotation, you were looking at the lineup, and you're like, these guys are going to be carried by their young players, right? I mean, you had Devers, Bregman, Story, Duran, and then on the pitching side of things, it was like, okay, well, you got Giolito, you got Bueller, you got Crochet, who's still only 26, but he's been pitching for a while, and now you're in September fighting for a wild card spot, and it's Conley early second career start, right? You're looking at Narvaez with a runner on, and he's been a big part of this team. I mean, you were the best team in baseball, Roman Anthony on your club. Like, it's just funny. It's funny how a season works. Early's ineligible for the playoffs. So I thought he was ineligible. According to Carabas on a live stream, I guess, he said he was eligible. So I don't know. Willie Abreu going to be back this weekend? Dude, he better be. He better be. I'm getting a little fed up. I need this dude in here now. So we'll see. I don't know though. He was a little sore today, I guess. So he's not coming back today. I'm curious if the Sox are like, dude, buddy, like I get it. You're not feeling 100%. Can you hit? You know. You don't have to play your Gold Glove defense, right? We'll figure it out in right field for a little bit, but you know, and I've said it. I made a whole video about it. I would rather Willie Abreu at DH than Massa would any day. What does the eligibility for playoff include? That's the question, right? Normally I thought it was 40-man prior to September 1st, but I don't think Connelly early was on the 40-man prior to September 1st. But so I looked it up a little bit, and it's a little bit murky waters, right? Some sources say 40-man. Others say they just need to be in your system before September 1st. He's got enough aura, let him in. True. There we go, dude. Nate Eaton. Nate Eaton's having some fun lately. I'm a fan of Nate Eaton. There are exceptions due to injury. Oh, interesting. Dude, early's fun, Andre. Early's fun. It'd be even more fun if we could get a couple of runs here. That's all I'm saying. And I'm liking Nick Sogard tonight. I'm liking Nicky Sogard tonight. This is another dude. This is another dude who I like will probably never be a legitimate, legitimate like superstar or anything, but like he's just got what was that strike? Apparently they could petition to get him on the roster because of injuries. Well, there's your answer. Their best lineup right now? Nah, he didn't swing. Thank you. Am I crazy to say that their best lineup right now is Romy Gonzalez leading off, Bregman hitting second, Story third? What'd I tell you, dude? I'm liking Nick Sogard tonight. Dude. Do I put Romy at second and Nate Lowe at first? Would that be the best lineup? Dude, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know that I put Duran. Yeah, I saw that, Kalen. I don't know that I put Duran in the leadoff spot right now. But do you put I mean, they're putting Duran at the bottom of the order today, which makes sense because he's kind of been buns against lefties this year. But like, if you're versus a righty, do you put Duran in the leadoff spot? I don't know that I do. But then then I think about the game, like the last game against the Yankees, where it was like a triple, right? And then all of a sudden they're up 6 runs in the bottom of the first, and it's like, well, Duran sets the tone for that, Like that's Duran who does that. So I don't know. Oh, dude, calling that a strike is crazy work. That should have been ball 4. Yeah, the ump's really, really liking Jeffrey Springs tonight, huh? Speed in the leadoff spot. Yeah, but Romy's quick, and he's been hitting the ball really well. Oh, that'll be cool, Carrie. That's a great that's gonna be a great series. All right, come on, Rafaela. Come on, Rafaela. Do I think David Hamilton gets a playoff spot with his speed? I mean, speed in late, like, playoff games are so different. You know what I mean? Like, they're very rarely won in blowouts. Like, a blowout in the playoffs, winning by like 4 runs. You know what I mean? So like, speed can be such a big factor. But I don't know, dude. Like again, if we're going to the playoffs, what am I more confident in? Right? Am I more confident in being able to use David Hamilton as a pinch runner, or am I more confident in a guy like Sogard or Romy starting every single game at second? I think I'm more confident with Romy at second. All right, he can't find the zone right now. Cedon, I need you to be patient, brother, please. Yeah, it's absolutely intense. But my point is like it's about like you're gonna get speed, right? Story's fast, Cedon's fast, Romy's fast, Duran's fast, Eaton's fast, and again, I think I take. Do I take Eaton over Hamilton? I think right now I have to. Oh yeah, Romy for me is absolutely is starting in a postseason, like 100%. You know, like he has to. But my question is who would you keep? Who would you keep? Who would you keep David Hamilton over? Low better at first base. Yeah, I kind of agree. So you put Roman at second. Oh, jeez, Cedon. All right, come on, Romy. Will you see the ball put in play, please? Please, for the love of God. He was just, dude. Cedon was so out ahead of that. Remind me after this inning, I'm gonna try doing 4K, watching in 4K. I'm so behind with this regular stream. Like he hasn't even thrown his first pitch to Romy yet. I don't know. The playoff roster is going to be interesting. That'll be a fun video, I think, if the Red Sox were to make it. You know what I mean? Don't do that because our games are synced. Okay. I just feel like I'm so behind the scoreboard here. Romy, what are we swinging at there, dude? I also kind of love that Conley Early is a little bit of a psychopath. I'm a big fan of that. Like he's just in the Red Sox are doing stuff at the plate and he's just in the dugout just like he can't sit down. He's just like nervously walking around everything. Okay. All right. So, not a great start. Not a great start, chat. Two innings, two runners, two scoring opportunities, no runs. I don't know, dude. It's early. That's what a start is, though, Nick, is not. Everyone talking Romy up. Yeah, Romy's good, dude. How do I get this thing in 4K, huh? No, I want the 4K high def resolution, please. Thank you. At what point is Cedon's defense not keeping him in the lineup? I don't know. I don't have an answer. I genuinely don't have an answer for you. It's not super high, Hap. Well, it's got to be relatively high. For sure. All right, now we're in 4K. Let's see if this helps a bit. Yeah, we're actually ahead of the scoreboard. Let's go. What's up, George? You know what? Thank you. At least we're getting those bitches. You remember a time JBJ was this cold? There were definitely times JBJ was this cold. The difference between the there we go. Nice strikeout. Woo. The difference between Jackie Bradley Jr. and say Don Rafaela right now is that Jackie Bradley had Mookie, Xander, Devers, Benintendi, guys like Mitch Moreland, Steve Pearce, Christian Vasquez to a certain degree, right? You were surrounded by guys who were going to do something, right? So you never really noticed JBJ being cold. You know when I know people don't understand the game of baseball? Chat, you know what I really like, and I'm not like some guru or expert on the game of baseball. I've never claimed to be, but there are certain people that you can tell where it's just like, man, they just don't understand the game. It's when you hear stuff like they strike out with the base, or they hit into a double play with the bases loaded, and someone goes, let's hear it for Cora with that great pep talk in the locker room. Like that's where I sit there and I'm like, okay, so we just don't really know baseball. Agree to disagree? I feel like totally best role in the future as a closer. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's all going to depend, Jay. It's all going to depend on whether or not he could develop his third pitch. Because his slider and his fastball are solid. But if you can't develop that changeup, you're just not going to be an everyday player. What's up, B-Dog? What up, Yeet? Or an everyday starter, my apologies. You could be a nasty reliever for sure. I mean, look at Chapman, right? Daryl, how are you? Or is it Daryl? I'm so sorry if I forgot. Oh, no, I feel terrible. Bang. Yeah, but here's my problem. Yes, correct. Cora is not a perfect person. And I think Red Sox fans expect him to be perfect every game, which is wild, but the ump is bad. Yep, bad for both teams, though, so we'll take it. I think you're right, Jackson. Totally has by far and away, I think, the higher ceiling. I think Early has the higher floor. Come on, Eden. Beautiful. All right, come on, boys. Can we do something? Totally is the reason this team is even competing. Oh, Cora. I was like, whoa, wait a second. What's up, Caitlin? One big player via trade and one via free agency like Schwarber and Joe Ryan or Yandy as the hitter and one of the starting pitchers in the market like Kelly. Okay, so my conversation with this is you DFA or you trade Massa. That has to happen this offseason. One of the two has to happen, right? So you get a bat in here. Doesn't matter which bat, right? Pick a big impact bat, sign him, whatever. You can't really fit another one. Right? You can't really fit another one. I mean, it looks like you can right now for sure, but you're gonna be getting Roman healthy, you're gonna be getting Marcelo healthy, hopefully taking Christian Campbell back up here. Right? You're gonna have impacts from guys like Tristan Casas potentially next year. You know what I mean? Core's Achilles heel is taking out starters too early, but that's the problem, Del Toga. The problem is you sit there and you say, hey, man, he's taking starters out too early. Other people are saying, hey, man, why are you letting starters get to a point where they're giving up 4 runs? Why are we not taking them out before that? And that's the problem with being a baseball fan and arguing about the manager, right? You're what, 15, 16, 15, 14, somewhere games above 500. You have your first winning season in 4 years, and you're sitting there saying, well, wait a second, this manager didn't do one game 6 weeks ago the way that I wanted the game to be managed, right? And the problem with that is that Alex Cora, the manager, isn't just strictly focused on, hey, when should I take, Connelly early out, or when should I leave them too long, or whatever. His answer is, how do I manage this bullpen so that in 3 or 4 weeks, we're still 15, 16, 17 games over 500, and I haven't burnt anything out? Maybe Massa wants to retire. Yeah, I don't know. Cedon definitely won't be playing second base next year if the team's fully healthy. One of Harrison, Tolley, or Early gets moved? Probably yes. Score some runs tonight? Right now, it looks like they're a little bit allergic to it, but we'll see what happens. How many games do I think Christian Campbell's going to play next season? I have no idea. I'd imagine... I don't know. I do think Massa will do better, yeah. Drop Bregman in the order. The problem is, like, where are you going to put him? Or who are you going to put in that... who are you going to put in that 2 spot? Story? You need a guy who can drive guys in. No, Christian Campbell won't have rookie eligibility. Duran in the 2-hole? Duran hasn't been much better, dude. Like, statistically, Duran has been, like, 10 points better than Alex Bregman, and both of them have been well below average. Eugenio Suarez, I'm good with that. Casas probably won't be, no. Yes, Mark. That is 100% a factual statement. Jarren Duran and Alex Bregman have both been very bad lately. Yeah, Conley has been handling the pressure well. Need to see some run support, though. That'd be fantastic, huh? No, we're not talking about the entire second half, Mark. We were talking about lately. Since Roman Anthony went down, they have the exact same OPS, which is in the high 500s. The only difference is that Jarren Duran has a triple mixed in there. So he's a little bit higher. They have both not been good. And I could bring it up if you want me to. But you're saying tomorrow they need to put Jarren Duran in the 2-hole. They're both playing bad right now. That doesn't change anything. Right? So you got to figure out who's going to be your number 2 man if Alex Bregman isn't. That was a great at-bat from Rob Refsnyder, who all he does is put together good at-bats. I mean, the dude that's all he does, put together good at-bats. Narvaez saw a ball well here. Let's make something happen, huh? Yeah, Johnny, they don't want to put Cedon at second base unless they have to. You don't love it? No, I don't see that happening. I don't. I especially don't see Massa and Casas splitting time. Massa's gonna be on the playoff roster? I don't know. I'd assume so. Meyer's your second baseman. Keep low. I want Meyer to be here for a long time. Like the problem is he can't go into a season expecting him to be healthy right now. He has to prove he can stay healthy. That's the only answer. Oof. I could definitely see the Phillies going after Kyle Tucker for sure. He got lucky with Roman Anthony. Oh, Narvaez, what a hit. Get a gap. Go to third. They dropped it. Score. Go, Rob. Go, Rob. That a baby Narvaez. Huge. Huge. Connelly's pitching for Boston. Finally. Thank you, Narvaez. I told you we saw the ball well last time. Okay, other than Giolito, okay, let's have a conversation about this, Van. Other than Lucas Giolito, he's arguably made us worse in every other way and is coattailing off of Bloom's drafting. So here's what I think you're doing a little bit here, Van. You're sort of picking and choosing, right? Because by saying he's made it worse and coattailing off of Bloom's drafting, you're ignoring Aroldis Chapman, you're ignoring Carlos Narvaez, you're ignoring Garrett Crochet, you're ignoring, who else am I missing here, chat? Someone help me. Alex Bregman, who was integral to the first part of this season. Right, you're talking about, okay, who are your most valuable players right now? It's Aroldis Chapman, it's Garrett Crochet, who were both brought in this offseason by Craig Breslow. Right, there have been some misses for sure, but to totally ignore those and say that the only reason the Red Sox are even remotely competitive this season is because of the fact that they're coattailing off of just simply because Marcelo Meyer, right? He got injured. He wasn't playing fantastic. So can't really say it that way. Both Tolley and Conley early were Breslow picks. And you got to sit there and you got to talk about the fact that like Roman Anthony's the only one. Christian Campbell came up and he wasn't great after April. So in all reality here, Van, which players are they coattailing off of? Can you please explain your logic a little bit more? Yeah, the deadline was terrible. I'm definitely not going to defend his deadline, but to say that all he's been doing is coattailing off of Chaim Bloom it's just factually incorrect when your most valuable players this season have been guys that you picked up yourself. Don't argue with people on the internet. It's kind of all I do. And that's not me saying I think he's the greatest GM this team has ever seen. Right? That's certainly not what I'm trying to say here. Because every time I defend somebody, like, oh, this is the best person, blah, blah, but Yeah, Jules, I don't give out my phone number. Yeah, the match trade was okay. Adequate. I think adequate for right now is the best way to put it, yeah. In my opinion, this whole season it was, can you get to the postseason? Can you start to be competitive, right? And next year it's going to be, how does he take competitive to, can they get sustainable? Because ultimately that's been what we've been waiting for, right? For them to be legitimately sustainable. And we'll, the answer is we'll see what happens with that. He may not opt out. Yeah, that's true. They may be able to hold on to him for another year. Who's on the jerseys in the background? Your subscription hinges on this. I've had these jerseys for years, so they're all over the place. This one's either Andrew Benintendi or Trevor Story or Kike Hernandez. And then this one's Tristan Casas. No, Carl, that I've been giving credit to Bloom for all year. All year. He's saying that Breslow's a terrible GM. He word for word said that. Oh, I didn't see it, Johnny. He got lost. All right, Conley. A little bit more of a tighter game today, Conley. Let's see what we can do here. What do you think his pitch limit's going to be? I'd have to imagine his pitch limit's like 80, right? But there's no way they're going to let him go 80. Oh. Ryan is still in Minnesota. I mean, they did try for those guys, right? It's not like they didn't try for him. I am in a live chat, Johnny. Breslow wasn't afraid to take a picture in the first round. Brother, all he did this year was take pictures. That's literally all they did. Minnesota screwed us. Got a baby, Conley. Put him away. Minnesota. The game's not even over yet. It's 0-0 on the top of the first. Oh. We're talking about the deadline. My apologies. So it'd be sweet if the Tigers could actually beat the Guardians, huh? Yep. Sorry, Joe. I was like, oh, they're facing the Yankees. Must be what he's talking about. Yeah, Jay, dude, that that post will forever sit in my head. Let Early go deep. Not allowed to. Not allowed to. You want him, like, Alex, do you want him injured? Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, he hit him, Chad, but that does not look good. He's not even moving his arm. No clear option at first. I mean, you've got Lowe. Oh, it might just be a dead arm, huh? Doesn't look like it hit him. I don't know. Oh, he caught it. Yeah, there'll be another big trade this offseason, I think. A better hitter than Lowe? I think you can get Lowe right, dude. I really do think you can. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Plus, yeah, I think you sit there with roaming. It's like, at what point do you have the conversation of starting to turn him into more of an everyday player, right? I don't know. I mean, there's always that option. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be like I've said this before, and not every single please someone catch this. Oh my god, dude, the communication on this team, for a team that like lives off of chemistry, is just driving me crazy, man. Like, Eden had that every single day, but he lets Nick Sogard call him off. Nick Sogard doesn't even try to get it. He pulls his glove back. Boosh. What up with Casas? What do you mean? What up with Casas? There's no injury update. Like, he's gonna be rehabbing for so long. It's like, it's not worth getting an injury update from him. Like, I don't think anyone's knocking on the door to see what Casas is up to, just because the answer is gonna be rehabbing, right? And just say interesting. Yeah, they're pretty good at it. I loved whoever came up with that earlier in the season. I've said that to so many people. The whole they're young, dumb, and extremely talented. It's exactly what they are. Like, the Athletics are so interested in me because they got guys that, like, you look at their stats and you're like, man, like, this is like, these guys are pretty solid, and then you watch them play and it's like, and I'm gonna say this, and he's gonna give up a 3-run home run or something, but you look at the record and it's like, what's happening here? And I don't know, maybe it's just pitching or something. Blue, you've been calling that all night. Yeah, Mark, I don't think anyone's not saying that right now. I don't think anyone's not saying that Bregman's been bad in the second half. There we go. Big strikeout early. Huge strikeout, some might say. I think he's been a league average player in the second half, from what I remember. Yeah, like the Athletics top of the order is kind of terrifying, for being honest. Nice, dude. Having Cedon in the outfield is ridiculous. Having Cedon Rafael in the outfield is just, I mean, it's just not fair, dude. I thought that ball gets down 9 out of 10 outfielders. 9 out of 10 of them. Like, dude, it's just crazy. Like, I literally sat there and went, "Oh my god, that's 2." And then he just catches it. Like, it's nothing. And that's why when someone asks the question of, like, at what point does the hitting outweigh the defense, I don't think there is. You know what I mean? You just got to make sure that you have enough offensive around him where it doesn't matter. Cedon could cover the outfield himself. I'm thoroughly convinced if you put 2 outfielders out there, Cedon could play 2 positions. That was a bad pitch? True. Was not a good pitch, but he's also a rookie. I think Bregman's playing hurt a little. Yeah. Yeah. Bregman's probably at like 70, 75% right now. Hey, Harrison. Happy late birthday then, my friend. I mean, I don't hate that, Johnny. I just to me, I don't know that the Red Sox. I don't know that the Red Sox pay Schwarber. I mean, Schwarber is certainly not the same player as Masataka Yoshida. But you sit there with Schwarber, and it's like you're going to be paying him probably what? How old is he? 32, 33? So it's probably going to be a 3 or 4, probably potentially 5-year deal as well to just be a DH, right? And obviously, again, I am not saying that Schwarber and Massa are the same player. My point is the Red Sox looking at this saying, look what just happened with Massa, right? He started not hitting and he became a completely worthless player. That's essentially what happened, right? He's worthless right now. So we're gonna DFA him and try him again with a guy who's much better, much more proven for sure. But what happens if Schwarber doesn't want to start hitting? You know, Schwarber's gonna want the Brinks truck. Yeah, that dude's gonna want to get paid heavily. I mean, he's probably gonna finish what, 2 or probably like 3 maybe in MVP voting, maybe 2 in MVP voting. Try Castellanos. I'm good with Castellanos. I don't know, dude. He's been terrible this year. Am I impressed with Early so far? Big impressed with Early. I've loved what I've seen from him. Kyle Stowers. There's no way. No way. Less likely that Schwarber doesn't hit than Massa starts. I agree. And again. I'm not gonna try and debate the differences between Schwarber and Massa because they're obvious. Right? But my point is the Red Sox are stuck with this for, the next 2 years. They got to figure out what to do. What happens if that happens again? I think they're going to try and avoid that. Man, Nick Sogard just got fooled terribly. If the Marlins are cheap, like always, they can move Stowers. No, Stowers is going to be getting paid what, like $800,000 to $1 million next year. Trust me, that is well under what he's worth. Yes, there are, Rich. Again, guys, I'm not debating whether or not Kyle Schwarber's a good player. I'm debating whether or not the Red Sox are going to want to invest potentially 5 years in a guy who's not only on the overhead of 30, but also can only play DH. Maybe, Alex. I don't know. Yeah, Massa, I would be shocked. I would be that a baby Duran. All right. I love when Duran hits like a ground ball in the outfield. I've never seen outfielders like dead sprint. You know what I mean? Pete Alonso would sadly make a lot of sense. He kind of would. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I sit here with that, and it's like, are you getting to the point where it'd be like too many righties? I don't know. Like all your power would be coming from the right hand side, really. Yes, exactly, Alex. Yeah, I just don't see the Mets. If the Mets make a postseason and everything, like Pete Alonso's good in the postseason too. Don, I'm gonna need you to get out of this, buddy. Man, he's officially under 700 for his OPS. That's not great. Dude, Sedan it's got to be a headspace thing with him. Like it genuinely, like with Sedan, it has to be. Like we've seen the talent. We know the talent is there. But it's like, you sit there with him. It's like, dude, we need to swing at that, right? It was 0-1. It wasn't 0-2. You don't need to protect there. Like you can let that one go. Romy's due. Sedan hasn't hit since the All-Star break. It's not just since the beginning of September. It's been the All-Star break. I don't know that signing Christian Vasquez would be much better than Wong. I'll be honest, like I don't know. I don't know that to me Connor Wong's the worst option in the world to be at catcher. Like, look at that, dude. Is that the Red Sox or is that Sedan? Oh, jeez. I don't think there's really gonna be any free agent catchers. The one name I would be like, hey guys, what do you think a package like this would look like for the Red Sox? Would be Adley. If you could put Adley behind Narvaez or together with Narvaez. No, Real Musso is not. Position we're in right now, you mean a postseason spot? Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with Breslow, Van. Baseball smart, just not very good. I think that's a good, decent way to put it. Salvador Perez? Nah, dude, that guy's not going to another team. Yeah, Johnny. A lot of pitchers actually on the Red Sox have talked about Connor Wong making an impact with him. And again, man, if you have Narvaez playing 60, 70%, dude, obviously we're not. Obviously not. We're making the playoffs. I'm talking about scraping by to even get into the playoffs. Hopefully with Cora's comments and all. What did you want Cora to say? That was a rough at bat from Romy Gonzalez. Rafi was a bold move, but that got us into playoff contention. See, I sit here and I think I argue that a little bit. It would be great if the Red Sox could score more than one run, huh? I think I argue a little bit that getting rid of Rafi is the reason you're in contention right now. I think I don't know, dude. Martin Maldonado would be an upgrade. Dude, Dell, come on. Danny Jansen, dude, come on. No. Wong has been bad this year. To say he'd be worse than Martin Maldonado, dude. Yeah, dude. Duran was moving through those bases. You don't think the Sox are where they are now without moving Devers? Really? I don't know, dude. Like, I think you still bring up Roman Anthony. And I think he's still the impact player he was. I think you still get starts from early and Tolley. I think those guys still make big moves. I think Sedan still gets hot. I don't know. Every Wong at bat's a train wreck. Dell, have you looked at Martin Maldonado's hitting stats? Like his career hitting stats, Dell? Are we about to do that to prove a point? Yeah, I am about to do that. So sometimes we sit here and we're like, hey, man, This guy would be an upgrade. Right now, he's had a negative WAR in both of his last seasons. He hasn't played a full season. Martin Maldonado has not played a full season since 2023. His last full season, which was 116 games, he hit 191 with a 258 average, or a 258 on base percentage, and a 348 slug for a 66 OPS plus. That was over 116 games, brother. His career batting average is 203 with a 277 on base percentage and a 343 slug. That, I mean, career-wise, he's a fantastic defensive catcher. He's so bad offensively. He has had 2 seasons where he has been a 2+ WAR player, or not even a 1+ WAR player. Brother, Martin Maldonado ain't it. I forgot to make a video on the John Breba signing. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk about John Brea tomorrow. Although to be honest with you, it's nothing crazy. You've seen it happen so many times, Van. You've seen it happen 4 times this year. Wong's had 2. He would have played third or first. Brother, he wanted to play third. I think the facts are getting mixed up a bit. I still think Bregman opts out. We'll see, though. Giants already wondering what did they get themselves into? I don't think they are. I mean, they're fighting for a wild card spot right now. Devers has been one of the hottest hitters in baseball. Devers didn't want to play third when Breggs went down? No, he was never asked. Early looks a little bit crazy. He does kind of look a little bit crazy. Media asked him. He said no. No, media asked if he was asked to play third base. He said no to that. Brian, we can look it up. Limit your DH flexibility. Masa isn't doing that right now. How am I doing, Shane? I'm all right. We're just spiritedly debating in chat. Thoughts on Liam Hendricks being nominated? I mean, it makes sense, I guess. Woo. Connelly early, dude. That slider. It's like a frisbee. It really is, dude. I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. Can't we all get along? I don't know if I'd have a job if we all got along. Why do I think Devers was traded then? Because the relationship was too far gone. Devers didn't trust the team. The team didn't trust Devers. It's very simple. It certainly wasn't because he didn't want to play at third base. Just totally make the playoff roster. I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. It depends on what they're looking at with. I don't know. Do I have any sponsorship for earbuds? Not at the moment, but maybe potentially. Could a Justin Turner reunion be possible? I hope, dude. If they're gonna get someone else, I hope it's a bit of a bigger name than Justin Turner. As much as I love Turner. You say no. You don't think Peyton Tolley gets on? I don't know. I mean, you think about it, right? Because you're gonna move. Essentially, you're gonna move everybody but 3, potentially 4 guys into the bullpen. Most likely, everybody but 3 guys into the bullpen. You got Bernie, you got Murphy, you've got Matz, you've got Wilson, and you've got Chapman, who could all go from the right-hand side, plus Harrison potentially too, right? So there's a lot of left-handed options you've got. Would you trust? I mean, let's have the conversation, right? It's game 3 of a wild card race. You're up by 1. You've got 2. Nice pitch, Connelly. You've got 2 outs. You've got a lefty up at the dish. There's a runner on first and second. Who do you trust? Do you trust Early over a guy like Murphy, Bernie, Matz, or Wilson? I mean, Chapman is your closer, 100%. But where do you put Peyton Tolley on that list? What brand of headphones do I use? It depends on what are you using them for? Right, so it's an interesting question. Early's better than Tolley. Yeah. What was Devers' career defensive run saved? Wasn't good. 7 years in prison, or I watch no baseball ever again. Is Jess in the conversation? Am I streaming all the postseason games? If the Red Sox are in, yeah. Were any of the Woo Sox positional players called up? Not right now. No, Jess isn't part of the equation. It's probably 7 years in prison. Music and streaming Red Seat. I like Audio Technica, and I like Apple's branded stuff. But if you don't have an iPhone, then there's really no point to it. Dude, Conley early. What a performance again. It is a tough call. It's a genuine tough call. Because then the other question is, I go to prison for 7 years. How many of you guys are watching me when I get out? You know what I mean? So I'd lose Red Seat if I go to prison. Do I think Story App's out? I don't think Story App's out. Yeah, you can obviously listen on the radio for sure. You can listen to baseball games on the radio. Audio Technica or Raycon? I like Audio Technica better. What would I say to someone to convince them to like baseball? Dude, here's some. You know what I would do? I would take them to a MLB baseball game. I think that's the answer. Because dude, it's just so tough. Because if you sit here and you try to explain the game of baseball to someone who has no interest in baseball, they'd be like, "This is so boring." You know what I mean? Like you talking to them, it's not going to convince anybody. Baseball, if you just describe it to somebody, doesn't sound exciting. What they need to see and feel, I remember the first baseball game I remember was the 2004 World Series. It was the second game, I believe. My mom crying because the Red Sox won that game. But the whole state, you would hear Red Sox fans, right? And you could feel them. And that, it just sort of clings you from that, right? But if you are trying to convince someone that they need to watch baseball, I think I bring them to a Fenway game. And I let them experience, crack, right? Or like a big strikeout and the whole stadium's on its feet. And you're just everything in your entire life is focused on this moment of indecision, right? It's like this full, like 2-second moments where you don't know what pitch is coming. You don't know if they're going to swing. You don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what makes baseball great, is that you've got these little moments that are just so tense. It could be in the 3rd inning. It could be in the 6th inning, right? And I don't think you get that by trying to explain that to somebody. Unbelievable, constantly roller coasting. Yeah. Narvi and Willier for Shea Langoliers. I don't think I trade Narvaez for Langoliers, to be honest with you. Plus hot dogs. True. They've never had a hot dog out of a metal box that's just been soaking in their own water for 6 months, for 6 innings. Adam, the thing is, what games did you bring him to, though? True. Yeah, you gotta pay for things when you get there, for sure. If Bregman grounds out to the third baseman one more time, I may actually lose my mind. Minor league baseball games. The problem with minor league baseball games, though, is you don't like if you're a baseball fan going to a minor league game, you still get that, right? 3-2 count. Maybe you're not fully invested, but you're like, in the back of your head, you're like, ooh, you know what I mean? If Bregman opts out, it'll be because of Breslow's abysmal trade deadline. That's just not true. What contract does Bregman expect to get that's better than $40 million? I think we've had this conversation a few times on this channel. You guys got to stop looking at it like, oh, he's going to make $40 million next year. You got to look at it like he only has 2 years left on that deal, so he's going to have to go through this all over again. Bregman's the type of guy and the type of competitor. That a baby story, scalded one, where he doesn't want to have to care about where he's going to live or how much he's going to make or who he's going to play for. He wants a team that he could be with and establish himself and compete with for the rest of his career, right? So to me, Bregman's not sitting there saying, hey, man, if I opt out of this, I want to opt out because of more money. It's I want to opt out because of more security. I've never been to a Cape Cod League game. I'd love to go to one. Because, Van, you're sitting there and you're making everything too simple. I know. I need to go to a Cape Cod League game. I know. I did try to go to one this year and it got rained out. I just haven't been back. Yeah, I know. I put on the 4K to be ahead of everybody. 2 for 6 beers? No way. Where's that at? Don't go giving away free tickets on your internship, Nick. I'm more than happy to pay for my tickets. Thank you, though. Man, Alex, where are these? No, Mark. You gotta, if you're going to a game for your first time, you sit in the bleachers, dude. Florida, I gotta get down there. Imagine Trevor Story's first caught stealing's a pickoff. That'd be so unbelievably unceremonious. You'd get a Volvo. Hell yeah, Hedge. All time hasn't said anything in this chat all night to come in with, if I were Bregman and I got the bag, I'd get a Volvo. Oh, that was funny. Dude, Trevor Story ties the record. He's going. Oh, Rob. Rob, you got to let it happen. Know the moment, Rob. It's 30. It's 30, Dennis. So if he gets this, he ties the Major League record. That's unfortunate, dude. Rob, what are we doing? Rob, you better smoke one. You better absolutely smoke one. Oh, he's going again. He's watching. Here he goes. Safe. He did it. He did it. "30 stolen bases in 30 attempts this season, ties Major League record for most stolen bases in a season without caught stealing." Wow, dude. That's crazy. Why is Fenway not going nuts? Wow. Are they challenging the play? Oh, no. Was he out? Oh, no. No, he's safe. No, he's safe. He's safe. He's safe. He's safe. He's safe. He's safe by a mile. Okay, this is kind of crappy. What are we doing? What are we doing, dude? Are we dead ass? I mean, come on. He's safe by a mile. Why are we still looking at this? Boo this man. Yeah, a lot of players wear him, Alex. Did it hit his foot? I don't think so. It stands, ladies and gentlemen. It stands. Trevor Story has done it. He's made history. He has made history, man. That's crazy. Man, we got to tweet it out, chat. We got to tweet it out. Impressive, man. Just unbelievably impressive. Maybe you break the record tonight. That'd be cool. Now let's score him. How about that, chat? Score him. Dude, Rob Refsnyder has 3 at-bats. It's been a full count every at-bat, and it's ended in a walk every at-bat. I love Rob Refsnyder. I might get a Rob Refsnyder jersey when he retires. Story needs 6 home runs in the next 11-ish games. Dude, you know what's funny? He's capable of just getting hot like that. You know? Will Story opt out? I don't think Story opts out, no. Story going to have a 25-30 season? Maybe. I don't think so, Dinah. Rob's coming back. I don't know. He's a free agent after this year. He has said he's retiring after this season, but we'll see. I mean, he said that last year and then was so good that they were like, "Yeah, maybe we'll come back." You know. I'm super glad that this is what this is looking at like right now. Rob is the man. He'd be such a talent to lose. Well, the problem is you're going to have too much talent next year. You're just simply going to have too much. Sogard, I am, and forever will be a huge fan of Nick Sogard. I love Nick Sogard. Part of it's personal, right? When I was super nervous, it was like my second time going to Worcester. This guy stood in the rain with me to do an incredibly awkward video. Shook my hand. Thank you for interviewing me today. You know, good luck with everything type stuff. Just an awesome dude. The other part of it, he's just a good baseball player. Yeah, JB. Sogard is overrated. Yeah, I figured someone was going to say that, and of course it's Eric. No, he didn't. Thank you. Yankees are crushing the Twins. I was literally opening this to see what was going on there. I'm more interested in the Guardians and the Astros-Rangers game. Specifically the Astros-Rangers game. Dude, Narvi loves pointing. That's all he does is point. Yeah, damn, the Yankees really are beating up on him, huh? What are these schedules? The password is better. The password isn't going to be on the Red Sox next year. Do I think a Danny Jansen reunion could be in the works? I would be shocked. The Rangers are hot. Yeah, the Rangers are hot. They have lost 2 in a row, though, now. So we'll see. Potentially, can we get 3 tonight, ladies and gentlemen? I do think the password ultimately gets traded, which sucks. I do love the password, but I'd say someone pretty decent, Alex. He'd be the centerpiece. Narvaez. Oh, that was well hit. That was really well hit. Just a tough position there. Lawrence Butler's low key. Is he a decent center fielder? I don't know the metrics, but when he plays against the Sox, he's been pretty good. All right, Astros are up 1. What kind of do we sit? I kind of want to sit here and say like, dude, do we like root for the Astros in this Astros Texas series? Kind of do, huh? You think Butler's a dog? Yeah, I've seen kind of mixed opinions on Lawrence Butler. What's his nickname? Laba? Yeah, I am Toulon, JB. Law dog, that's it. Astros have locker room problems. Yeah, I don't care about that. I would like to see them put the Texas Rangers like 6 games behind us. That'd be great. Because I think you could fend off the Guardians. Although I don't know. I don't want to say that and then something crazy happens. I mean, they are beating the Tigers right now, which I don't love. Can we get some insurance runs here, Eaton? Please? An insurance run would be fantastic. Anything? Or ground ball up the middle. Oh, boy. Favorite Red Sox player on this team? I don't know. Dude, there's so many. This is a team that I love rooting for. It really is. There's just a bunch of great guys in this team. I've always been a Trevor Story fan. I mean, Crochet's absolutely up there. Early's low-key. Oh, my God, Eaton. Tag it. Ah. Just a dead center field. That sucks. That sucks. Okay. I mean, the Red Sox are kind of killing me tonight. Mariners are scary good. Yeah, the Mariners would be the team I think I don't want to play in the postseason, dude. I mean, they're beating up on Michael Wacha, who's been good this year. Like, Waka's been solid this season. He's a 3.69 ERA. They have 5 runs in the third inning. MVP by WAR. I think that's Crochet, isn't that? Mariners lineup is scary. It really is. There really aren't a ton, Brian. The top ones would probably be Schwarber and Kyle Tucker. Then Duran. Yeah. Dude, I don't know why you sit here and act like I'm a giant Duran hater. Like, I like Jarren Duran. But I also think, I think some people are afraid to admit that Duran hasn't been what he's been. Like, Duran has had his moments this season where he's been great. But there have been a lot of moments this year where he just simply hasn't been a great player. And I think that's okay to say. What's the tiebreaker? The Red Sox and Mariners are dead even on the season in terms of the tiebreaker. So what does it come down to after? Like, if is it divisional play, or is it divisional play, or is it run differential? I think it's divisional play. In which case, I think the Red Sox are better. Do I think the Houston Astros? I don't know, man. I mean, they beat the Rangers last night. They're another team. Like, they sit there, all they got to do. 1 game elimination. No, I don't think they do that anymore. Let me see if I can find something. Determine playoff spots if tied MLB. All right, how to determine playoff tiebreakers. Yes, so there's no more 163. Okay. Instead, ties will be broken by math with specific outcomes from the regular season determining final standing or seeding. That was a really close play. This change was made so that the postseason can begin promptly after the conclusion. Okay. All right. So head-to-head record is first. Intra-divisional record is second. This applies even if the ties for a wild card spot who do not reside in the same division. And I think the Mariners have a better intra-division record. And then it goes interdivision record, which is outside of the division. And then, oh my God, dude, this is crazy. Yeah, at no point, everyone, when I say that, like, there have been moments this season where Duran has not been good, I think people immediately go, whoa, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what are the stats? Like, yes, okay. Right? Like, Alex, like Mark, you've done nothing but say how bad Alex Bregman has been since the second half of the season. What's his WAR? What is his WAR? I genuinely don't know. I'm asking. It's what, a 3. It's got to be like a 3-1, 3-2, right? So you could sit there and you could say, hey, man, look at the stats. He's been good. And I could tell you, hey, man, overall, yes, he has been good. But there have been problems this season where there have been times where he has not looked good in big situations. Duran this year has not been good with runners in scoring position. He has not been great with the bases loaded. Right? He struck out a lot more this year than he has last year. There have been stretches this season that we haven't seen recently or last year where he has not been putting together good baseball. And that's okay to say while also saying that he has been solid this year overall. You could say the exact same thing. No, Mark. See, this is the conversation that like Mark, and I think you're just rage baiting me at this point with this Duran bullshit because you do this every stream. But I am sitting here telling you again that I've never said Duran has had a bad year by any means. I have said that there have been points this season where Duran needed to step up and he didn't. And I think that's an objectively fair thing to say. On top of that, you're comparing Duran's WAR versus Trevor Story's WAR, and I think there were a couple of huge strikeouts for Nick Kurtz there. Huge strikeouts for Nick Kurtz. The first problem, Mark, is that you are sitting there based on what? Based on legitimate... Okay. All right, we're doing this. There's a commercial break, so here, Mark, let's have some fun, shall we? Let's start with this. Let's start with months. Let's start with months, right? Okay. March and April, below average OPS. May, terrible OPS. June, below average OPS. July, incredible OPS. League average OPS. September, below league average OPS. He's had 1 month where he's been an above average player at the plate this season with his OPS. Yes? So there have been moments this season, i.e. the entire month of May, where he had a sub 700 OPS, or so far in September where he's had a barely over 700 OPS, or let's go to the entire month of June where you sit there and you say, hey man, this is a guy who should be every day competing with this team, and there have been moments this season where he has not been very competitive, i.e. these three, or what, every month basically outside of half this year, right? April, August, and July were fine. Right, where they like July was spectacular, August was okay, March and April were okay. May, June, and September have not been very good statistically. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. They have not been very good. They've been fine, right? But you lost Roman Anthony in here, and you're looking for a guy to step up, and you're looking for somebody to take over again, and you want to put him in the 2-hole of this team right now, Mark. He's sitting here with a 227 batting average and a 708 OPS. That's not a guy who's hitting number 2 on this team, or should be, right? Let's okay. Like, what else do you want to see, Mark? Like, there are legitimate evidences here where you could sit there and you could say, hey, man, he has not been very good. In tie games, he's a 54 OPS plus. In late and close games, he's an 81 OPS plus. High leverage situations this season, he's hitting just 224 with a 319 on base percentage and a 347 slug. That's a 666 OPS. In what world are you sitting there saying every part of his game has been incredible this season? Extra innings, he's 1 for 10. In the 9th inning, he's hitting 216 with a 694 OPS. I mean, sitting here and saying, "Hey, man, there's what part of this team has he been bad at?" Right? And again, you're sitting here trying to tell me that I'm saying that Duran's a bad player. There's no world in which I'm saying Duran's a bad player. The overall statistics have been solid this season. There are parts of his game that he is not playing well in this year, and this is evidence all over the place as to what I'm talking about. All over the place. Never said that. You just quite literally said to tell me. We're back on the game. I missed the Dolly Super Chat. Thank you so much, Diane. I appreciate your generosity, man. Thank you. Mark, you said based on that stat, right? Based on what? So I told you exactly what I was talking about, and now you're saying, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. You word for word, based on what stat? Based on what? Why do I have a bad feeling about Weiser right now? I believe. Yes, Duran's a good player. Duran's a great player. Duran has the potential to be a fantastic player. Duran has not been consistent this year, and it's evident in literally every single stat. Come on, Weiser. We need a big out here, Weiser. Come on, brother. It's my biggest hobby besides baseball. I don't know, video games. You would love to even debate this? Dude, there's no debate. We'd be looking at the same statistics. Right? We'd be looking at the exact same statistics. There's no debate. I'm just talking to you about the statistical facts. If Duran is such a bad player, guys, I'm going to blow up. I'm going to blow up. Guys, say Don Rafael's defensive run saves. Aren't they the best in baseball? We're moving on from this. I have not said, guys, I'm gonna say this one more time. Everyone listen to me. Everyone listen to me. I am not saying Duran is a bad player. I'm not saying that Duran is a mediocre player. I'm saying that Duran is a good player who's had, in my opinion, too many inconsistent moments this season for my liking. And we're moving on from Duran. We're moving on. The Red Sox got a game to win. This is a big game. I'm not falling for it, Big Al. Ooh, man, the pickoff attempts have been close tonight, huh? Not falling for it, Big Al. Like, that was close. I'm going to need a strike here, Weiser. That'd be great. Thank you. Can I get one more? I'm not even saying, no. I'm not talking about it. I'm not talking about it anymore. Yeah, Ryder. I think, oh no. Well, that's a tie game. That is unbelievably unfortunate. I mean, the Red Sox have to score more than one run. You just have to. But good Lord, Weiser, a 96-mile-an-hour sinker directly down the middle is crazy. He's lucky that ball wasn't put out of here. Greg, dude, I need to stop defending Greg. Every time I defend Greg on this team, every time I defend Greg on a live stream, every time he does something stupid. Did the Red Sox target Joe Ryan this offseason? Yeah, probably. I mean, going into next year, relying on both Early and Tolley is way too much. The Sox should be slapping these guys around. Yeah, they should. I don't hate Weissert. I think Weissert hates me. Weissert hates the live streams, makes him nervous. Josh Winkowski, yeah, true. It'd be real great if Greg could just get out of this. I think part of it, John, is one. I think if you're looking overwhelmingly at the season, I think Weisert's been more successful than he hasn't. But I think two is he comes into a lot of situations where it's earned runs, or where it's earned runs for somebody else. Yeah, I would say Weisert's have been very up and down this season. Yeah, he's another guy, right? Consistency. I mean the Red Sox as a whole have had issues with consistency this entire year. So. But I mean, it goes back to you first inning. You had runners on first and second, 2 outs, couldn't do anything. Second inning, you had the bases loaded with no outs, couldn't do anything. Third inning, you finally do something. Narvaez hits a double, can't do anything else. And then last inning, you had runners on base, you couldn't do anything with them either. Christian, of course they're going to say that. Ugh, dude, Blue, you've been giving that to the Reds to the Athletics all night. Can we get one of those? Thanks. This ball's getting hit a mile, isn't it? John Schreiber. What's Schreiber doing over in Kansas City? Is he playing well? Okay. Of course, we have he's an almost 4 ERA, 3.79 ERA, 4.28 FIP. Greg, please. I think there is a stat for that, Tony. That's a good. Lately, Alex, I'd say off the monster, brother. Dude, I'm not doing another Alex Cora debate. I can't do it. I physically and mentally can't do it. All right, game's over. Red Sox, they might not score another run tonight. Greg, dude, can we, for the love of God, just call me Corbin, Tony. What's up, Paul? The problem is we're sitting here getting mad at Greg Weisert, and he has, not that he's pitched well, but it's 2 runs, right? It's 2 runs. It's 2 runs. The Red Sox should be able to score more than 2 runs. Steven, okay. All right, we're doing this. Let's have a conversation of why the Red Sox took. Let's have a conversation as to why the Red Sox took Connelly early out. Are you ready, chat? Because I think some people just simply don't understand how developing a pitcher works. I mean, genuinely. Okay, handling our playoff chances away is absolutely insane. All right, guys, the game is not over yet. Can we have this kind of reaction, Christian, after the game is over? You're embarrassing yourself. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, let's have a conversation, Steven. Right? Let's guys, if you think that Alex Cora was in the wrong for taking out Connelly early when he did, let's have a conversation. Right? Here's the problem, is Connelly early has played 1 full season of professional baseball where he threw 100 innings even. This season, he has thrown 103 innings total. Before coming up to Major League Baseball, what you need to do is, it's just like any other player in the entire sport, guys. Right? It's not simply that these guys can go out there and throw 130 pitches. And if you hit me with, but they did it back in my day, I may block you from this channel. Right? How many times do I have to tell you guys, the average player or pitcher in Major League Baseball has more spin, they have higher velocity than anything that you saw outside of Hall of Famers when you were growing up. So right now, it's not only Cora's job to figure out how to manage this guy and figure out what situation to take him out in, they have to manage whether or not they can keep him on the field. And right now, what's more important there, Steven? Is this game more important, or is him being able to make 2 more starts this season more important and not have to get Tommy John, or not have to get an internal brace surgery, or not tear a rotator cuff, or not have to get ACL or whatever surgery in the offseason? You tell me genuinely which one's more important. Because if you're the manager of this team, you're not just thinking about, hey, man, it's 0-1. Our offense has laid an egg. We're going to ride Connelly early until his arm is a deep shade of purple. He had 80 pitches. Yes, guys, he has not pitched over 100. He has not pitched over 90 pitches except for 1 start this entire year. I'm not overthinking. That's what he's doing. Right? That's what he's doing. He's not Tolley? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're right, Steven, it is. But you also have to play 11 more games. You have to play 11 more games. Get over myself, Mark. What are you talking about? I'm the biggest core apologist. Oh, my God. Cora has cost his team a minimum of 15 wins this year. Off the monster, you think without Cora, the Red Sox would be 30 games over 500? Am I getting rage baited this entire stream? Like, are you guys just trying to piss me off? You think there is not a single team in Major League Baseball. You think they would be the best team in Major League Baseball by 10 wins? Oh my God, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're not even having this conversation if Alex Cora, or I'm sorry, if the offense actually did something. You get a Snickers, you're not. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Can we get some claps to the chat for Alex, or just like that message? It's not his fault. What? Oh my God, dude. Go watch Fever Pitch. You'll be fine. I mean, it drives me crazy when people are also like, "Hey, man, you like stop fighting with your chat." It's like, okay, like, but I'm just shocked that people come in here and share opinions and then expect me to just say yes, yes, yes every single time. How boring of a conversation or a live stream would it be if we came in here and you know, Steven says, Corbin, this is when you go home time. This is when or go home. You can't throw the guy out there for one more hitter. I just go, yes, Steven. Or blame Breslow, not Cora. Breslow came out hot after trading Devers saying they're going to add big at the deadline. I go, yes, yes, Christian. Right? Like I just don't get it. And it's shocking to me that people are so mad about this Connelly early decision, but we're saying nothing about the hitters. We're just going to let them go. It's all Alex Cora's fault. The Athletics have 2 runs right now. And the Red Sox have 1. You were describing your own behavior inaccurately. What am I describing inaccurately here, Mark? Carl, $2 super chat. Look at the box score, guys. Team is 0 for 7 runs in scoring position. He knew. He knew. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat, Carl. Can we get some likes on the message, please? Thank you. Yes, guys, believe it or not, when a team loses a baseball game, it's more often on different people. Like, I don't know why that's such an insane concept. Does it need to be one person to blame every single time? Read the text. It helps. You are describing your own behavior inaccurately. What behavior am I describing inaccurately? Was my answer to that question. I don't understand what you want from me, Mark. Blame me? That makes sense. That feels about right. I'll take that split, Alexander. $2 super chat, 10% Corey's fault, 90% offensive fault. So absolutely no fault on Greg Weisert here. Game, please. I agree. Make sure we like that message. Thank you so much. All this is Roman Anthony's fault. You blame the jersey lime in the background? True. Greg Guys, we need some offense so bad. This is ridiculous. Is Roman coming back for the postseason? Got to get there, man. All right, fine. We'll go rally cap. Oh, my God. Off the monster. Get out of here, dude. We're bringing up Ryan Brazier. Off the monster. This is how I know you have no context as to what you're talking about. I don't even know where. Oh, there it is. I threw it last game. Oh, wait. Yeah, can we wear the green? I mean, technically the Red Sox can wear the green ones anytime they want. $2 super chat again from Alex. He corrected himself. That one I agree with more. Matt has been a member for 11 months, reporting live from Dugout 34, row 1. Sox just took a 4-3 lead. I wish you were right, Matt. I wish you were right. Yes, Big Al, yes. I know, Alex. I was thinking that. It is amazing to me how negative this chat turns so quickly. It really is. Christian Campbell up? I don't know that Christian does anything, man. I got you, Tago. How much do you attribute the Red Sox shortcomings this season, injuries to the front office? Oh, versus the front office, I see. Tony. I mean, you think about it, right? Where would the Red Sox be? I don't know Van hates Craig Breslow, so that makes sense. But if we realistically think about it, if Roman Anthony never gotten hurt, if Marcelo Meyer had never gotten hurt, if Cutter Crawford had never gotten hurt, like how much more comfortable are you in a playoff position than you are now? I don't know, man. That's a good question. Yeah, Casas. Yeah, Dobbins. You lost Bregman for a significant amount of time. Probably first place. I mean, dude, you think about it. What would have happened if you got Cutter Crawford's performance last year in the 4 hole of this team, and then Dobbins stayed healthy, right? I'm not Christopher, guys. Oh my God. I am not making excuses. We are having a genuine conversation, everybody. Breathe. Can we breathe, please? Do we need to jump down each other's throats for every single word that's being said tonight? Like, I don't get it. What's happening? My man, Shane. March 2025, how? Slade's just not missing bats either, huh? Red Sox still got 3 chances to score 2 runs. Can they do it, Chad? Yeah, Hauk is absolutely. I mean, what would have happened if Liam Hendricks was a legitimate player this year? All right, there we go. Quick inning. He probably still complained about playing time. I mean, true, but like, what if you know what I mean? Seventh inning, Matt. I really appreciate these updates. Oh, I agree, Carl. But I don't get why we're jumping down each other's throats right now. Christopher, no one's saying that Dobbins was going to be an ace pitcher, but he certainly would have been better than Bueller or Dustin May, no? I mean, what are we doing here? This is what I'm talking about. Christopher, stop jumping down. Can we let's just have a conversation, guys. Oh, but see, and then data, like, guys, all right, everyone. I'm going on break for a second. We're all gonna breathe and we're gonna reset. Nope. We're breathing, we're resetting. We're breathing, we're resetting. Okay. All right. Breathe. We're breathing, chat. We're just going to see how this game plays out. We're just going to see how this game plays out. Let's just see it. All right, John. Congratulations. Thanks for being here, brother. We'll try again next week, shall we? You get a rally sandwich for myself? I'm going to smoke a cigarette, I think. Hey, whiskey? Dude, yeah. I don't know. God, Bregman, please, brother. Please. Can we just string someone be a hero. Someone be a hero. Maybe Trevor Story was 2 for 3 tonight, huh? Maybe he could be a hero. I definitely don't go to Boston College, but why would that be the guess? All we need is a bloop and a blast, dude. There's the bloop. We've got the bloop. We got the bloop. That's what I'm thinking, Data. That felt like a jab. But it was kind of a weird jab, wasn't it? Rob Refsnyder. Rob Refsnyder. Rob Refsnyder has 3 walks this game. Every single one of them's been on a full count. Just an absolute dog. Rob bomb, I get a jersey, deal. Rob hits a home run here, I'll buy a Rob Refsnyder jersey. All right. Okay. Still got 2 more chances to score 1 run, get an overtime, please. Remember when guys pitched 120 plus innings a game? I can be your hero, baby. I can take away your pain. Dude, those 100 inning games were incredible. You remember that one time? You remember that one time when Johnny Twinkle went 130 innings against the Yankees, dude? Threw a 2-hitter over 130 innings. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Two-hitter is diabolical. Dude, 120 innings. It was 872 pitches. It was 872 pitches. Dude was throwing 98. It was crazy. Yeah, dude, they call it the week of Twinkle. The week of Twinkle, dude. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. He pitched for 4 straight days. Didn't stop pitching. The Red Sox, they scored 1 run in 120 innings, but it was enough. With Big Twinkie on the mound, you know what I mean? Steven Matz on the mound. Big Steven. When men were men, dude. Yeah. I can be your hero, baby. You know what it's like sitting in chat? You know what it's like sitting here, chat, when you guys are all yelling at me? It's like if you were okay, so here's sometimes how I picture it, and it's like you're all in a room, or I'm like sitting in, like I always picture like a classroom, right? I'm just like sitting in like a class. I'm like the cool teacher sitting on a desk, you know? I've got like my little tweed jacket, my mustache is sick, I've got chalk all over my hands, right? And I'm just sitting there, and all of you guys are just like, wah, wah, wah. MLB ain't seen a man in 20 years. I think the Red Sox might give me a second aneurysm. What else do we got? Sadly, I don't see the Red Sox making the playoffs. Sucks in the... You know what I mean? Like, that's just sort of what I picture sometimes, and it's just like, it's kind of overwhelming. Or when everyone was on roids. Yeah, that would be right around the time. Anyways, we've got one out. We've got one out here, chat. Brent Rooker at the dish. Conley early munching some seeds here. Blocked you. I timed you out, Mark. That's correct. My live stream is bad luck. Yeah, maybe it is. There's 2 outs, chat. Yeah, Christopher. This, like I said, guys, you gotta have your brown paper bags ready. These last 12 games are gonna be the most stressful games of the year. Most stressful games of the year. Yeah, totally. That's the big thing. Totally gonna have to work on his secondaries for sure. Roll out of bounds. Roll foul. Oh my god. Oh my god, that stayed fair. You gotta be kidding me. Unbelievable that stayed fair. Unbelievable that stayed fair. That's crazy. Brutal. So there's just the night, chat. That's just the night. Okay, we're just not going to get that one, huh? Fire the ground crew. You know what? Fire everybody. Let's just start a fire sale, huh? Let's just start a fire sale and see what comes of it. I mean, the trade deadline's passed, but maybe why don't we just release everybody on waivers? Thoughts, chat? What if we just DFA the whole team? Hey, Worcester won today. Maybe those guys. Maybe that's what we need. Fire the groundskeepers, fire the grounds crew, fire Cora, fire Tech, fire... You know what? We're going to DFA Crochet. We're going to DFA Bayo. We're going to DFA Giolito. We're gonna DFA Wong. We're gonna DFA Narvaez. We're gonna DFA Romy. We're gonna DFA Lowe. We're just gonna fire the team, chat. That's all we're doing. We're firing the team. Mark, you got timed out for 10 minutes. It happens to so many people every time. We're just monitoring chat, brother. Something wrong with this team? Yeah, sure. We'll fire the training staff. Why not? DFA our division? Hey, we could do that too. John Henry cigar distributor. Yep. Why not? DFA Romans obliques. Yep, we'll DFA those. Tom Werner? Sure. He's on the bus. Out of town. See you later. Just Cora and Yoshida. Yeah, we can add Cora to that. We'll keep Jordan Hicks for sure. Hey, nice clean inning there, Matt. Let's get a little love, huh? DFA Castiglione. Yeah, you know what? Well, let's rehire Joe, and then we'll DFA that guy. We'll DFA O'Brien while we're at it. We'll hold on to Isaiah Campbell because for some reason he needs a roster spot. Nope. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring David Ortiz back. We're going to fire him too. Beer vendors? Oh, dude, those guys are way gone. What are we doing? Why aren't we 20 games over 500? You know what I mean? Who's going to win? No idea. DFA the Green Monster? Yeah, we'll DFA the Green Monster. You're out sushi time? All right, brother. Enjoy the sushi. I had sushi this weekend, actually. Super good. I don't know, CJ. I'm not I don't have a crystal ball, unfortunately. Trade Crochet for Bobby Dahlbeck. True. Yeah, maybe we don't DFA some of these guys. Maybe we maybe we trade some of them. Maybe we hold on to the offseason and trade them. Chapman? Oh, dude, Chapman. What do we do with Chapman on this team? Just DFA that guy. Bring back Toro? Yeah, sure. Oh, Christian, the guy on stilts outside of the stadium, I don't want that guy anywhere near this team. Trade him. Yeah, they do sell lobster rolls at Fenway. Trade Bayo for Sandy Leon. There we go. Perfect. Trade Willier. Dude, maybe we just transfer Willier to a 60-day. We'll try again next year with Willier. You know what I mean? That sounds like a good idea right now. DFA the fans. All of them. Yep, might as well. Nate Lowe now in the game. Takes the first pitch strike here. Who's Nate Lowe pinch hitting for? What am I yapping about? Everyone wants everyone fired. So I'm saying the perfect solution to this would be to fire everybody. DFA Corbin? Yeah, I don't deserve this channel. I don't know why you guys watch me. Get me out of here. Trade for Jack Riley? Dude, yes. Nate Lowe, what are we swinging at, dude? Rename the Red Sox? Yeah. We're gonna call them the Steel Curtain. I can be your hero, baby. Nate Eaton, this would be a fantastic time for some energy here. Just some life. A double, a single, a ground ball to third base. How many ground balls have they hit recently? But not starters? And I wonder why that is, Christopher. Yeah, dude. Nate Eaton's getting a 10-year, $800 billion contract. We're just going to hand him the keys to the city. Thoughts? You know, Nick Sogard, kind of due for a big moment. Breslow make it happen. That's what I'm saying, dude. Breslow's sitting on his hands right now, refusing. That's 3-0. That a baby, Nicky Sogard. Come on, brother. Let's get a nice 4-pitch walk, chat. Thoughts? Hey, chat. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? We got ourselves a 4-pitch walk. We got a runner on base. Duran. Hot topic tonight. Jaron Duran up at the dish. Another great time for Duran to have a big moment. Nope, he's going to the lefty. Got ourselves a commercial break here, chat. What do you guys want to talk about? What are we talking about? Why is Durant in the 8 spot? Because he's not good against lefties. Pinch hit for Hammy? Oh, maybe. We should have won it 1-0. Dude, come on. It's a great idea, Data. A tank would be amazing. Sure would, dude. Take the jersey down. I can be your hero, baby. Turn this off and hop on 2K. I don't think you'd be alone. I'm assuming there's a lot of people not here anymore. Unless Durant becomes daddy. Guys, why? Can someone explain? Can someone explain the David Hamilton to me? A little bit? Like, for who? Step in the right direction? Definitely is. Where's the cat? Bringing the rally cat. Dude, rally cat hasn't been working lately. This hasn't been working lately. 150 dono if Durant goes yard in this AB. See, the problem with that, Mad, is you're ahead by a lot, so you know. And I have a feeling you know that he's going to get a first pitch ground out or something, which would be on pace for what this team is doing. Yeah, basketball, if they make it. Rally jersey? Rally jersey ain't working, brother. Felt the breeze from up here, Durant. All right, we'll put on a rally jersey. Put on a rally jersey. There we go. Rally jersey's on. Am I going to be live tomorrow? No. At least we'll have 9-1 and 2 up at the top of the inning, or bottom of the 9th inning. They could keep the score right where it is. You know what I'm saying? At least get that. Come on, Jaron. Let's just make contact, shall we? Oh my God. I can be your hero, baby. I can take away the pain. We need to start doing lost shotguns, chat. We may need to start doing lost shotguns. I'm thinking this has lost its energy, man. Maybe I'm going to wear it backwards, dude. Keep going to school. I wish I was still in school. We've got Duran, Sedan, Roman. Roman. God. I just had Vietnam flashbacks. I know. I said Roman. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, can you guys hear that, cat? All our negativity is causing bad mojo? True. It's Hulk Hogan over here. You know what, Chad? I'm unplugging the light. They don't deserve the warm light of a Red Sea Radio. We got Zach Kelly in. The man, the myth, the legend, Zach Kelly, Chad. I'm so serious. They don't deserve lights. We don't deserve lights. We don't deserve lights. They don't deserve lights. No one deserves lights. Not a baby Kelly. Woo woo. Just start sitting on the jersey again. I know, dude. They don't deserve to make the playoffs, to be frank with you. Hulk Hogan, top 5 sayings this stream. Oh, that's up there for sure. Absolutely up there. I do kind of hate when people are like, hey, man, they don't deserve to make the playoffs. Like, if they make the playoffs, they make the playoffs. So what happens after tonight? They have to win and start winning a lot. I mean, that genuinely is the answer. I mean, I've said this before. Minimum they need to go is kind of dead even the rest of the way. That's genuinely what they need to do. So what? This is game 1 of 12, right? So you need to minimum go 6-6, and force the Rangers or the Guardians to go 4 games over 500. That's it. Punch his ticket. There's 2 strikeouts. Extra set of devil magic tomorrow, please. Yeah, man, I'd take any kind of magic. I would take any kind of magic. Hitting magic, pitching magic. I don't know. Let's just have some magic, shall we? Come down to game 162. I really hope not. Breggy is due. Breggy is due. I agree. Breggy is due. And of course, we got to get to Bregman, which means Zach Kelly got to figure it out. We need 1 hit and not a double play, which is kind of scary to think about considering the Red Sox have like 20. Matt, I don't know if you're equipped to go to a Red Sox game. At least you know how to deal with Mason Miller. True. I can be your hero, baby. Well, at least the Rangers will still be 3 games behind us. The problem is the Guardians are only going to be 2, dude. Show the game 2. Yeah, Ja, let me just ruin my entire channel and make sure that you can see the game. How the Red Sox tie it? Home run or a little falling single to shallow left? Based on recent memory, I think we go little couple bloops and an error. Can't believe Mark Wahlberg was ever your favorite actor. Ain't that good? Yeah, you're right. What was I thinking, Ja? Man, Nick Sogard not having a great couple innings here. All right. It's all right. It's all right. We still got 2 outs here. Oh, that was Romy. Where's Nick Sogard playing? Is he in the outfield tonight? No. Is he our DH? Oh no, he was second base, and he moved over to. Okay, I see. You gonna make it to be alive in October? Dude, Mosey, I genuinely, brother, I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Yeah, that maybe they are just they're saving their runs, chat, for the last 2 series of the year. That must be it. Oh. You ever crack your knuckles and it feels good? 12 games are left, Chris. 12 games decide the fate of the 2025 Boston Red Sox. 12 games. Save timeouts for the next game. There we go. Atta baby, Kelly. You know what? Defense doesn't want to do it. You do it yourself. We got Duran, we got Cedon, and we got Romy Gonzalez. Ready for hockey? Brother, I don't know if you are. No, Chris. Definitely not. Roman won't be back for any wild card series. All right, Dave. Sounds good. All right. You have Bobby D to pinch it. Maybe that's what this team needs, dude. Maybe they need a little Bobby doll back in their lives. What's he up to? Detroit just tied the Guardians. Huge for us. Any news on Roman? None. He has not started. He hasn't even started baseball activities. Roman will be back tomorrow. Imagine. Lou says he thinks Roman isn't coming back this season. I wouldn't be shocked if he's not back. What is it, Bray? You come back? Hopefully, like, tomorrow would be fantastic. What's up, Braden? Brad, I'm gonna do that every single time, man, and I apologize. Would a protection prevent bragnation? All right. Do or die. Do or die. At least not Brandon. I get that a lot. Yeah, dude. You know what it is? It's BRDN. It's throwing me off. All right, we got ourselves a little 0-1 count on Duran. How's Harris been this year? Someone give me the stats. And Duran pops it up to the shortstop, and he catches it, and that's out number 1. ERA 3.34. I mean, that's not all right. Is that going to bloop? Is that going to bloop? It is going to bloop. We've got a runner. We've got a runner. Come on, boys. All right, we got Romy. All right, we got Romy, we got Bregman. Come on, boys. All right, that was right down the middle. Okay, it's all right. I don't know that I'd go. %80 steal rate. I mean, he's got the speed. I just like, dude, if you end this game on a stolen base, I'll lose my mind. Please get out. Please get out of play. Okay. Yeah, some guy named Ferguson warming up, which means absolutely nothing to me, if we're being honest. That's how we're ending the game? That's how we're ending the game. That's it? That's what we're doing right now? That's how we're ending this game? I got nothing. I got nothing. I got no defense. I got no defense. Every single game from here on out is going to be miserable to watch. And it's either going to end super well. It's either going to be incredibly frustrating. There's no in between, chat. There's no in between. I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad right now. We need the Tigers to win. We need the Astros to win. It's the only answer. If they both win, this does nothing. You're still 3 games above them. You know what I mean? If you start getting to 2, things are getting a little bit tough. You know, it's 6-1 Astros. It's 4-3 Guardians. The Guardians could be 2 games behind us by the end of the night. I don't care about any. I literally don't care about anything else, but making the postseason. You're probably not going to get a great seed here at this point. You just got to get in, right? Agreed, Steven. Yeah, it's not great, Atlas. Not great. We need the it's now 5-3 Guardians. With no outs. It's now 6-3 Guardians. I genuinely don't care about I genuinely don't care about the Yankees or the Astros. I care about whether or not the Red Sox actually make the playoffs. You know? Yeah, at basketball, you absolutely are in danger of losing your wild card spot. 1,000%. There's nothing we can do about it. We're just gonna have to sit here and take it. I'm deflated. We'll be back tomorrow, probably talking about Willie Abreu. Yeah. Sox are going to be fighting for their lives these last 11 games. It's the literal only thing we can say. They're going to be fighting for their lives. Thank you for being here, Chad. I appreciate you. This was a rocky chat. We were not happy tonight, and it was fair, but we were not happy with each other tonight. But I still appreciate you being here, regardless whether or not we fought, whether or not we agreed. I appreciate you being here. Yeah. Regardless, chat, I will, as always, see you in the red seats.